Ronaldo's secret formula, the number one mindset. Welcome to the deep dive into the psychology of a champion. This is not a lesson in skill or genetics or luck. This is a masterclass in the number one mindset, the psychological operating system that separates the good from the great and the great from the unprecedented. To understand this mindset, we must study the man who embodies it, Cristiano Ronaldo. His career is a living testament to the power of a single, unwavering belief: I am the best. This is not arrogance, it is a prerequisite for peak performance. It is the foundation upon which all his discipline, all his hard work, and all his success is built. The world often mistakes Ronaldo's self-assurance for arrogance. They see the swagger, the defiant celebrations, and the public declarations of superiority, and they label it ego. But to the champion, this is a critical misunderstanding. Arrogance is belief without preparation. Confidence is belief built on relentless, non-negotiable preparation. The moment you step onto the field of life, you must carry the absolute conviction that you belong there and that you are capable of winning. If you do not believe you are the best, why should anyone else? The number one mindset requires you to silence the internal critic and replace it with an unwavering, almost defiant self-talk. Ronaldo's confidence is not a performance for the cameras, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. He has trained so hard, sacrificed so much, and prepared so meticulously that his confidence is simply the natural byproduct of his effort. Do not wait for success to give you confidence. Let your confidence be the engine that drives your success. If you want to be number one, you must first program your mind to believe you already are. Ronaldo's famous quote, "I am the best because I work the hardest," perfectly encapsulates this distinction. His belief is not a baseless boast. It is a receipt for the thousands of hours of work he has put in when no one was watching. The number one mindset is not accidental, it is programmed. Ronaldo's psychological strength comes from his mastery of self-talk and visualization. The human mind is a powerful, obedient servant that does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. Your subconscious mind is the most powerful computer in the world, and you are the programmer. What code are you running? Are you running the code of doubt, fear, and what if I fail? Or are you running the code of absolute, unwavering expectation? If you feed your mind doubt, it will manifest failure. If you feed it absolute belief, it will move mountains to make that belief a reality. Ronaldo has visualized the perfect goal, the perfect game, and the perfect victory so many times that when the moment arrives, his body simply executes the pre-programmed script. You must talk to yourself like a champion, even when you feel like a beginner. Every morning you must declare your intention. Every night you must rehearse your success. The number one mindset is the relentless daily practice of expecting greatness. This self-programming is evident in his approach to major finals. While others are consumed by nerves, Ronaldo appears calm, focused, and almost impatient for the game to begin. He has already played the game 100 times in his mind, and he has won every single one. Visualization is not passive daydreaming, it is active mental rehearsal. It is a technique used by elite performers across all fields to prepare the mind for the demands of peak performance. Ronaldo has spoken about spending hours visualizing different scenarios: the angle of the shot, the movement of the defender, the trajectory of the ball. This mental practice is just as important as the physical practice. How many mental repetitions have you put in today? You wouldn't expect to be a world-class pianist without practicing the scales, so why do you expect to be a world-class performer without practicing the mental game? Your mind is a muscle, and visualization is the heaviest weight you can lift. Every time you mentally rehearse a successful outcome, you are building neural pathways that make that success easier to achieve in reality. Stop leaving your performance to chance. Program your mind for success, and your body will follow the script. The number one mindset is built on the belief that the battle is won in the mind long before it is won on the field. Ronaldo's move from Manchester United to Real Madrid in 2009 was the ultimate expression of the number one mindset. He was already a global superstar, a Ballon d'Or winner, and a legend at United. He could have stayed in comfort, but the number one mindset demands challenge. He moved to a new league, a new country, and into direct competition with his greatest rival, Lionel Messi. This was a deliberate choice to seek out the highest level of difficulty, to prove his greatness not just in one environment, but in the most demanding environment in the world. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. The moment you feel too safe, too secure, too unchallenged, you have already begun to decline. The number one mindset requires you to constantly seek out the highest level of difficulty. You must run toward the fire, not away from it. Ronaldo didn't move to Real Madrid for money, he moved for legacy. He moved because he knew that true greatness is only forged in the crucible of the ultimate challenge. If you want to be the best, you must compete against the best in the most demanding arena. Stop settling for the easy win. Embrace the challenge, for the size of your challenge determines the size of your legacy. Self-belief is the fuel, but discipline is the engine. Without the architecture of discipline, the number one mindset is nothing more than a pleasant fantasy. This is the part of the story where the myth of motivation dies and the reality of hard, consistent work takes center stage. Cristiano Ronaldo's career is the ultimate proof that discipline is destiny. He didn't just work hard, he worked smarter, longer, and more consistently than anyone else, turning his daily routine into a non-negotiable contract with himself. The world is obsessed with waiting for the spark of motivation. Ronaldo's life teaches us a brutal truth. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. Discipline is a non-negotiable contract with yourself. Stop waiting for the feeling. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Motivation is a beautiful guest, but it is an unreliable one. It will show up late and it will leave early. Discipline, however, is your loyal servant. It is the force that moves your feet when your mind is tired, the force that pushes the final rep when your muscles are screaming. The difference between the person who achieves their dreams and the person who only talks about them is not a difference in desire. It is a difference in daily, unsexy, relentless discipline. Ronaldo didn't wake up every day motivated to do his training. He woke up every day disciplined to do what was required. Your discipline today determines your destiny tomorrow. This philosophy manifested early. At Manchester United, his teammates were astounded. He would arrive first and leave last. He would wear ankle weights during training to improve his speed. He would challenge senior players to running races, and when he lost, he would immediately demand a rematch. This was not just about winning, it was about establishing a standard of effort that was non-negotiable. Ronaldo's success is not a result of one massive effort. It is the compound effect of thousands of small, disciplined decisions made over 2 decades. Every extra hour in the gym, every perfectly prepared meal, every early night's sleep, these were deposits into the bank of his future self. His training volume, often hours longer than his teammates, developed a physique and skill set immune to aging. His strict high-protein, low-sugar, 6-meal-a-day diet maintains his body fat percentage around 7%, leading to superior recovery and speed. His unique 5-nap-a-day routine and use of advanced techniques like cryotherapy contribute to a biological age years younger than his chronological age. We are all looking for the magic pill, the secret hack, the one thing that will change everything. But the secret is that there is no secret. There is only the tyranny of the tiny. The small, seemingly insignificant decisions you make every single day are the true architects of your future. Don't try to be 100% better tomorrow. Try to be 1% better today. Be 1% better at managing your time. Be 1% better at choosing your food. That 1% compounds. It is the difference between a career that burns out and a legacy that endures. Ronaldo's longevity is not a sprint. It is a marathon won by thousands of disciplined, 1% steps. The number one mindset understands that the secret to success is found in the things you do when no one is watching. The stories from Real Madrid and Juventus are consistent. Ronaldo was always the first to arrive and the last to leave. This wasn't for show. It was a deep-seated need to ensure he had done everything possible to be ready. This is the essence of setting a non-negotiable internal standard. Whose standard are you living by? Are you living by the standard of your boss, your peers, or society? Or are you living by the standard of the person you know you are capable of becoming? The greatest prison we build for ourselves is the fear of disappointing others. Ronaldo broke out of that prison early. His standard is not the Ballon d'Or. His standard is the absolute, maximum utilization of his God-given potential. He competes not against his rivals, but against the version of himself from yesterday. Until you set a standard so high that it makes others uncomfortable, you will remain comfortably mediocre. Sign the contract with your future self today. Make it non-negotiable. No excuses, no compromises, no days off from your own greatness. The number one mindset understands that the body is the most valuable asset. Ronaldo's commitment to health is absolute. His famous refusal of sugary drinks, his strict diet, and his dedication to recovery techniques like cryotherapy are all part of this non-negotiable contract. Your health is not an expense. It is the single greatest investment you will ever make. Every healthy meal, every hour of sleep, every disciplined workout is a deposit into your future self. If you put low-grade fuel into a high-performance engine, the system will fail. Ronaldo's longevity is a direct result of his discipline in the kitchen and in the recovery room. He understands that the most successful people are not the ones who work the hardest, but the ones who can sustain peak performance for the longest period of time. Treat your body like a temple, and it will reward you with decades of high performance. The number one mindset is a long-term game, and discipline is the only way to win it. The number one mindset is not just about what you do when things are going well. It is defined by how you respond when the world is against you. Cristiano Ronaldo has faced more criticism, more scrutiny, and more pressure than almost any athlete in history. His secret is the art of reframe, the psychological technique of taking external negativity and transforming it into internal, productive energy. He doesn't just ignore the hate, he uses it. Where is your power located? Is it in the hands of your critics, your boss, or the anonymous voices on the internet? If your happiness and your drive are dependent on external validation, you are a slave to the opinions of others. The number one mindset requires an internal locus of control. It means understanding that the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have of yourself. Ronaldo has consistently demonstrated that the noise outside the stadium is irrelevant. Your critics are not the authors of your story, they are merely the background noise. Turn down their volume and turn up your own. Ronaldo's response to criticism is often a defiant silence, followed by a spectacular performance. He lets his actions speak for him. This is a powerful lesson. Never let your critics dictate your energy. The rivalry between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi was a psychological pressure cooker that lasted over a decade. The media and the fans constantly pitted them against each other, but Ronaldo used it as the ultimate training partner. You have a rival. Do you have a competitor who pushes you to the brink of your ability? If you do, you are blessed. The greatest gift a competitor can give you is the necessity of constant improvement. The rivalry between Ronaldo and Messi was not a zero-sum game. It was a symbiotic relationship that elevated both men to heights that neither might have reached alone. Every time Messi won a Ballon d'Or, it was a fire lit under Ronaldo. Every time Ronaldo won the Champions League, it was a challenge issued to Messi. Do not hate your competition, honor them. Use their success as a precise, measurable benchmark for your own effort. Your antagonist is your greatest, most demanding coach. How does one practically manage the constant barrage of negativity? Ronaldo employs what can be called the criticism filter. First, identify the source. Is the criticism from a credible source or an anonymous voice? Second, extract the data. If the source is credible, swallow your pride and look for the kernel of truth. When Sir Alex Ferguson criticized Ronaldo's inconsistency, Ronaldo listened and changed his game. He extracted the data and discarded the noise. Third, reframe and convert. The rest of the criticism is reframed as fuel. It becomes a personal challenge. Every boo, every negative headline is converted into a single, simple thought. I will prove you wrong. Your mind is a sophisticated machine, and you are the programmer. You get to decide what data is processed and what is discarded. When negativity enters your system, you must immediately engage the criticism filter. If it's useful, integrate it. If it's noise, convert it into energy. Do not let it sit in your system as poison. Let it become the nitrous boost that propels you forward. The most powerful motivational speech you will ever hear is the one you give yourself in the face of doubt. Let your success be the only response your critics ever receive. The ultimate test of the number one mindset is performance under pressure. Ronaldo has built a reputation as one of the most clutch athletes in history. He thrives in Champions League knockout stages, in finals, and in the dying minutes of a game. This is not luck. It is the result of the disciplined preparation combined with psychological mastery. When the pressure is highest, his focus narrows. The external noise fades and he reverts to his training. The ability to be clutch is the ability to trust your preparation when everything is on the line. It is the ultimate expression of the number one mindset. He has already done the work. The pressure moment is simply the opportunity to cash in the chips. Pressure is not something to be avoided. It is something to be embraced. It is the final exam that validates all your years of discipline. If you have done the work, you have nothing to fear. The number one mindset runs toward the pressure, knowing that the greatest rewards are reserved for those who perform when everyone else is crumbling. The ultimate expression of the number one mindset is the understanding that the work is never finished. Success is not a destination. It is a continuous process of growth, reinvention, and the relentless pursuit of more. The moment you are satisfied, you begin to decline. Cristiano Ronaldo's career is a masterclass in perpetual growth. He has not just survived, he has reinvented himself multiple times, ensuring that he remains not only relevant but dominant in every new era of football. What is the one thing you are clinging to that is holding you back? Is it an old skill set, a past title, or a comfortable routine? The greatest enemy of future success is past success. You must be willing to burn the boats of your former self to force the evolution of your future self. Ronaldo was a world-class winger, but he chose to become the world's most lethal striker. He traded the fleeting joy of the dribble for the enduring power of the goal. You must adopt a growth mindset, the belief that your most important abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. If you are not constantly learning, adapting, and shedding your old skin, you are not growing, you are dying slowly. Embrace the necessity of reinvention. Ronaldo is never satisfied. A hat-trick is followed by a demand for more. A trophy is immediately followed by a focus on the next one. This relentless pursuit is the core of the number one mindset. Satisfaction is the first step toward decline. The moment you look back and say, I have done enough, you have already begun to lose. The number one mindset is a mindset of perpetual growth. It is the understanding that your potential is a horizon that constantly recedes as you approach it. The goal is not to reach perfection, but to pursue it relentlessly. Ronaldo's greatest fear is not failure, it is the failure to maximize his own potential. Never let your past success become a ceiling for your future potential. The greatest victory is not the one you just won, it is the one you are preparing for right now. The ultimate measure of the number one mindset is not the success achieved during the career, but the significance that endures after it. Success is measured by external metrics: money, titles, fame. Significance is measured by internal metrics: impact, character, and the lives you have changed. Ronaldo achieved both, but he understood that significance is the only thing that lasts. Many people chase success their entire lives, only to find it empty when they finally catch it. Success is a destination, significance is a journey. Success is what you have, significance is what you give. Ronaldo's success was inevitable given his talent and discipline, but his significance was a choice. It was the choice to use his platform for good, to inspire a generation, and to show the world the absolute limit of human potential. Stop chasing the applause, start chasing the impact. When you are on your deathbed, you will not be counting your trophies, you will be counting the lives you touched. Make your life a masterpiece of significance. The number one mindset is a life lived without regret. It is the knowledge that you gave everything you had, every single day. When your time comes, what will be the final question you ask yourself? Will it be, did I do enough? Or did I live up to my potential? The number one mindset is a life lived in such a way that the answer to that final question is a resounding yes. A life lived without regret is a life lived with maximum effort. It is the knowledge that you gave everything you had, every single day. Your legacy is not a promise, it is a choice you make right now. Choose to be disciplined, choose to be resilient, choose to be significant, choose to be unstoppable, choose the number one mindset.